Shalom Barakatah. I just wanted to show you something, alright? Because I told you that Dragon Ball Z is inspired by us, the Israelites, alright? And if you don't believe me, alright, just look at the sideline of my hair, alright? You can see that it's straight upwards, alright? And guess what? That's the reason why when they are in this, Super Saiyan mode, alright, their hairs, alright, straight go upwards, alright? And why is that? It's because they have it from the Israelites, alright? They know that these powers are actually real, alright? And you have this Indian guys, alright? This Indian people, this Indian melanated people, alright? And they have straight hair, alright? They have straight hair, and some of them are Israelites, alright? Some of them are Israelites, alright? But they have straight hair, and you have I don't know how many, but you have many people, alright, with straight hair, alright? But they are actually usually they should wear Afro hair, alright? But they came out straight, alright? So they look like Indian, alright? And they have straight hair, alright? But actually they are Negro, alright? From a Negro tribe, and they have Afro hair, alright? That's the reason why you see in Super Saiyan, alright? You see this hair growing or just standing, alright, like a one, alright, upwards, alright? And I can also talk about my dream that I had, alright, because I can use this as an good start for it, alright, because I had this dream, alright, and dreams lift up fools and so on, that's because of that I don't I don't trust dreams 144%, alright, but I know that they are actually from the Most High, alright, especially when they are in the Bible, alright, and this was one from the Bible, alright. So of course I expect the worst, alright, hope for the best, and this can be very much the best, alright. But I just I just go a little bit into, alright. And it was pretty much, I made a German video about it, alright, because it was actually, I looked for the date, it was 3 months ago, alright. I made the German video 3 or 4 months ago, alright. So I had this dream or vision, alright. I had this vision 3 months ago, alright. The riots, they were still there, but not that riots that you see in the news, alright. It was, this little riots, alright. You have this yellow vests people, alright, and they, they are around there, they at every time, alright. So this was nothing new, alright. So I had this dream actually before this whole riot started, alright. Alright. And it was basically in an underground station, alright. Maybe it was a subway, alright. And we went outside of the subway, alright. Maybe we charged ourselves or something, alright. I don't know, man, alright. But we had these powers, alright. And as soon as we went outside of the subway, alright, you had just people, not many, but a few people throwing some bombs around, alright, not military bombs, but these riots, what they use in these riots, alright. they throw that around, alright, and this was, you know, we are sheeps, man, alright, we are sheeps, alright, and that's also why I humble myself, alright, even when I know that these powers will come, of course, alright, and guess what, alright, I was there with the power, pretty much like Dragon Ball Z, alright, you had this aura, alright, covered yourself, alright, you actually had it around you, alright, and Maakiam, of course, also, alright, and you see, and but I felt as a sheep, alright, I felt as a sheep, alright, I was not in like, like you see in Hancock, he pretty much effed up a whole highway, alright, saw that from Border, alright, to GMS and Arkham, alright, of course we can do what we want, alright, but the feeling for itself was more like, I still felt like this, this humble spirit, alright, because I had these powers, alright, and I was just standing there, alright, these bombs, they just, it seemed like these bombs were actually, they were there, alright, and let's imagine, alright, when these bombs come to you, alright, they disappear, alright, in the same moment they disappear, alright, when they come near to you, this kind of stuff, alright, so it was not really necessary to look to these people, alright, because even when we were in the middle of it, alright, in the whole situation, alright, because it was very, like typical riots, but very very deep and very hard, alright, very harsh, alright. But we just standing there with like pretty much like a super saiyan, alright, and you just standing there, alright. You don't care about what they will do, alright. Especially not about any kind of military, alright. That's the next level, alright. So if a military would show up, alright, I even think that we wouldn't be, we would not look to them also, alright, because we were. This was the point, man, alright, and that's also the feeling what I had. This sheep feeling, still the sheep feeling, alright. Because when you have all this power, just imagine God out, as a spirit. He has all that power, so what you want to, you can't do nothing, alright? So that's pretty much it, alright? So I had this feeling, alright, and I was still the same person, right? But I knew that, nothing, can come, unto us, It's just not possible, alright? And it was a great feeling, alright. It was a great feeling, alright. And the change was already there, alright. It was already there, and deep, man, alright, really deep, alright. But that's also why I want to come in this humble spirit, alright, because it's not just true, but it's also I think to remember, alright, that there is a reason why you will get these powers, alright? And, we will get the powers, alright? And these riots, it's nothing, man, alright? When you're on this kind of level, alright, it's just, you don't feel like human anymore, alright? So that's actually what you can see in this whole anime Dragon Ball Z, alright? With this straight up hair, alright? Because if you look at Afro hair, I told you that in some of my last videos, alright, it's the only hair that grows upwards, alright, and this is of course not coincidence, alright, because they, as some other things, alright, showed you that the Solomon riders are inspired by the Bible, by the Israelites, and Vegeta, alright, you have this movie called Black Panther, alright, that's, a little bit in this Hamite black thing what they put on this movie, alright. That's also why you don't take these movies too much serious, alright. But Eric Johnson, alright, he was the real savior because he fought for his people, alright. You see, only a real Israelite can tell you that, alright. Just keep that in mind. And Eric Johnson was dressed like Vegeta, alright. That's of course not coincidence, alright, because they all copy from each other, and the first copy, guess what, comes from the Bible. So it all comes from the Bible, you see. So it comes from the Israelites, you see, because we have a culture, only people outside there, and pretty much the only problem of this world is Esau Edom, alright. And he hasn't, he just don't have a culture, alright. And when we're in these powers, alright, we don't, come around just kill, anybody or something. I don't think that, alright. That's not what I experienced in this vision, alright. Guess what? We were on our way, alright. And I don't know what we did before that. I don't know how long this would, how long this whole thing, would have go on, alright. I don't know that, but it was really deep, man, alright. And my Archeon, man, alright. It was just like, it was just like, it was just like this enemy, man, alright. But deeper, man, alright, really deeper, alright. And if you listen to the Archeon of GMS, of course, alright. Actually, it's only GMS, alright. What I experienced, alright, especially with these powers, alright. Maybe because we have the 100% truth, alright. Because there is a basic understanding. And if you listen to the Archeon, alright, they all wish for the same, man. They all want to receive the powers, alright. Even when some of us die, alright. Some of us, will die, alright, with the heathen, alright. Whatever, man, alright. But we all will receive the powers, alright. And guess what? We were there to not just to look for people, alright. Maybe we looked for Archeon, alright, or maybe just for a heathen, alright, because the elites are, they just Esau Edom, alright. Told you the only problem, the only cancer on this world is Esau Edom, alright. And we were not, about to kill these people there on the riots or something, alright. Even when I think that in, not just 1 second we could do that, alright. It was not the matter, alright. Just wanted to tell you that, alright, because, these visions, these dreams can, it can be very different in what it looks and compared to what it actually will take place. But the timeline of the stream was like, it felt like 2 minutes, alright, but it was it is still in my mind, alright, to the fullest, alright. So it has to be some kind of deep, alright, because it's also very spiritual, alright. You of course, and I don't want to take too long for this video, alright, but I bet you that you have these dreams, also that where you experience that they are actually very spiritual, alright. You see things that you never can imagine, alright. It's a lucky for my English. In your daytime, if you close your eyes or whatever, alright. It's not the same, man, alright. That's also why I think that I actually, had a experience what these powers feel like, alright. And that's why I can come to you in this humble spirit and tell you that these powers will pretty much feel like just imagine an hour, alright, be, around you, and you know, you are cool inside there, alright, you're just, that, like, not drunken or something, alright, but maybe it's of, just imagine, alright, some kind of crazy, but still cool drug, alright, and, you are on your full, consciousness and so on, alright, but you was just really chill, man, alright. If you have this, it was blue, alright, it was blue. I don't know if it, my brother had also blue, he had blue powers, alright, I think it was lightning, alright. I was more into this aura thing, alright, I saw my aura, alright, and that it was blue, alright, and his power was, I only saw his hands, alright. That's the thing with the streams, alright. You see different situations, but you don't see anything, alright. Sometimes of, for example, what the ground looks like, where you stand on, alright. You don't catch that, alright, for whatever reason, alright. And I don't saw what this brother had as an aura, alright. This kind of Super Saiyajin, not yellow or white. It's pretty much when he had, just like the same like me, I think, alright. But I saw mine, a little bit brighter in this moment, alright, because he was more concentrated on his lightning, alright, and he had a lightning in his hands, alright. So that's deep, man, alright. And, I just was like standing there like Vegeta, alright, just looking around, alright, and I was really cool, man, I was really chilled, alright, and that's what you will receive, alright. It's not like you like you maybe think it will be, alright. You're really cool, man, alright. It's just like a frequency, alright. If you listen to it, you're really cool, alright, you're really deep spiritual, alright. And you can switch that, alright, you can switch that, of course, but, with these powers, man, you don't have to, alright. So, you see, that's why I touch on that, alright. So, just keep that in mind, alright, that, powers will come, of course, they will come, and the Akyam will have different powers, alright, not everybody has the same powers, the same kind of powers, that's what I mean actually, and you have Negroes, Latinos and Native Americans, alright, and every tribe has its own kind of way, as it was in the ancient days, alright, it was always like this, alright, but I think these lightnings, alright, and this kind of Super Saiyajin, bubbles, alright, most likely, because if somebody, as I said, alright, throws something at you, alright, it just goes into another dimension, alright, that's what, that was in my mind, alright, because I didn't look at it, alright, because I just don't had to, alright, standing there like Vegeta, alright, that's what's coming, man, alright. That's what's coming, alright? And if you don't take this serious, alright, especially with this truth, alright, with this, you ask Yahweh, alright, feed my sheep, if you love me, alright, 3 times. Do you really love me, alright? Guess what? If you do, feed my sheeps, you see? And, these powers are real, alright, but it's also real that brothers, alright, will be cut off if they don't do the work, alright? You see? So you have to take that serious, alright, because the Most High wants, real mans outside there, alright. That's also what I felt, and he wants, a man who is harnessed in the spirit, alright. If you fall 7 times, alright, you stand up 7 times, alright. You don't just, go like, okay, it's the end, alright, I don't do no videos more, alright, because I just, I just have the spirit of kind of, I'm prophetic, so this whole internet will shut down in, like 2 months, and I do no more videos, alright? That's not what you do, man, because the Most High will not use you if you, in a mindset like this, alright? And with that, Shalom.